stop in the fifth spot, number 2, Miguel Tetro. At first base, number 32, hitting six, Jordan Bree. In left field in the seventh spot, number 24, Brett Patillo. Your catcher for today hits eighth, that's number 19, Suriel Maldonado. Hitting ninth, number 21, Marcos Saucho. Your starting pitcher today, let's make some noise. Returning to your Giants again this season, number 15, K.J. Jones. It's at this time we welcome to the field Ryder Hurnham as your Boston Pizza Johnny for a day. Ryder is 10 years old and plays for the U11 Orioles. Cheers for the Toronto Blue Jays and never says no to sauced up chicken fingers and cactus cut fries from Boston Pizza. Ryder was excited to spend the day with the team because he loves baseball. Giants fans, let's make some noise. It's Ryder Hurnham. The Fort McMurray Giants acknowledge that this game is being played on Treaty territory, the ancestral home of the Cree and Dene, and the unceded territory of the Métis. As long as the sun shines, the rivers flow, and the grass grows, we will honor these lands. It's at this time that we ask you to please rise if you are able and remove your caps as we join local educator and entertainer Dan Tall for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love beyond us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
How about that? Let's get ready and let's play baseball. My name is Graham Mosman, and thank you so much for joining us in here at SMS. Not something we saw very often last year, a fairly dominating win by the Energy City Cactus Rats, who were able to put up a 10-spot victory home run over their McMurray Giants. Now we will take a look at the starting lineups and get them to your way in just a quick moment after some words from our sponsors.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that Have you ever wondered if
Now hitting for the Energy City Cactus Owen Reeves.
And just like that, barely started, Owen Wheels pops up. And he's going to foul that one. And just like that, the Energy City Cactus Rats are down by a batter. Righty Matt Verlack up now for Energy City. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be up tall. Always exciting to see some returning players for WCBL squads. KJ Jones had a couple of fantastic appearances as that goes in for strike number one late last season. He came in for a couple of performances and was really swinging some strikeouts as that one swung at, heads off into right field. And that is going to be down for out number two. As Matt Verlack flies out there. It's the beer batter up now, Dan Kiwanishi. Energy City Cactus Rats head coach Jordan Blundell is really excited about this team after a tough first run as the Energy City Cactus Rats team that was on the road a whole lot. Learned a lot of lessons as to how to bring a team together, and that's going to be in for strike number two. Here's the pitch from Jones. Swings at, finds contact, and oh, that one might be out of here. And yes, indeed, it is. A one-run home run as Dan Kiwanishi sends that off deep into right field. Took a bunch of games last season for Energy City to come up with a decent number of scoring plays, especially on the deep ball, but some really good early returns here for the Spruce Grove-based squad. And Stephen Furman up now. And we'll have a strike one. 1-1 the count. As KJ Jones, the Calgary product, trying to dial this one in. And that'll be up top for the 2-1. Pitch from Jones, swing, and that is going to put the Cactus Rats up against the wall, although, hey, that's about all you can ask for is a one-run homer. early on in this one. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Jones. And stepping out of the box is Furman. Jones. The swing, and that is going to do it. 1 run off 4 batters. And we are going to sit down for a quick moment. Coming up next to lead off for your four McMurray Giants, Jason Avila. Your four McMurray Giants are going to get to work here. As that one goes up top. Aviv Bobrov out of McCook Community College on the mound. And that'll be ball number 2. The Israeli player at Misgav High School. And that's going to fly out. Bobrov and Torres staring down. Janier Torres letting that one go by for ball number 1. That one's going to be an easy underhanded toss, and that'll be ground out for number 2. As these Giants are going a little slow out of the gate. Braden Dick up now for the Giants. Here's the pitch. There's the swing. That one way outside. As Dick doesn't have a chance at that one, but when you're trying to get things going early, don't want to fall behind too quick. Error-filled game yesterday that was really the difference in Energy City coming away with the win. That one will be off to the third to first throw, and that's going to be the inning. Just like that. Quick 1, 2, 3. And it is a 1-0 Energy City game after inning number 1. We'll take a quick break and be right back. We're watching Fortis, Alberta opening weekend in the WCBL here on Flow College.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
One of the new players on this roster, Carson Burnett, up in for the Cactus Rats. KJ Jones remains in. First one, that one goes up top for the 1-0. Something you saw from Jones this season with the Calgary Dinos. Can have a little trouble. Will go up high, kind of lose ball control for a bit, but when he starts to lock in, he can work his way through a lineup real fast. Maybe not to the same rate as returning Giant Ash Amerlin, but that one will find contact with the bat and go up high. That one's going to be in for the 3-1. And just like that, we're at 3-2. What are we going to see here from KJ Jones? The pitch. That one chops out. Lively Saturday night crowd here in Fort McMurray. A lot of returnees after fighting through a heck of a rain delay. As that one is going to send Burnett on to first base.
Designated hitter number 3,
Riley Kwok, your DH for the Cactus Rats, checking in. That one's going to go on the outside. See a bit of frustration off of KJ Jones right now. Yes, he's having a little bit of trouble reining this one in. And that one's going to be outside for the 2-0. Cactus Rats, you really want to get this long ball going. Maybe you can put up a double here and really put the Giants on their heels. There's the pitch. There's the going. Going for the steal is Burnett. He is not going to make it. How about that throw? Carson Burnett not quick enough. And the first out is on the board here in inning number 2. Burnett getting some taps from the teammates for a valiant effort. Swung at that one. That's going to go way up top, and just like that, 2 back-to-back pitches and 2 outs are on the board. As Riley Kwok flies that one out. And it's Jacoby Hamer now. Ball 1 to the outside. You did see in the Cactus Rats last season, a lot of fast players, a lot of folks really pushing for steals, and it did help to a bit of a late season resurgence. That one's fouled up, and looks like that'll be just off the netting here at Legacy Dodge Field. Not that I'm biased as the play-by-play voice of the Giants, but I deeply love this fully open seating where fans can be right behind us. That one's going to go. And it will be caught out in the outfield. And just like that, it's going to call the end of this inning for Energy City. We will take a really quick break here on Flow College and be right back.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Yo, that's the one. You going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
And welcome back to Legacy Dodge Field here at SMS Equipment Place. I'm Graham Mosen, excited to have you here. Game number 2 of this Fort McMurray Giants season. Game number 2 as well for Energy City, as they're going to start their season on the road. Hopefully going to see some fans in their stadium. Great news, we will have ball for you to watch from their field in Spruce Grove. Here's the pitch from Bobrov. And that's going to be foul number 1. And Easel Santiago in there for the Giants. Here's a throw. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be 0-2. Bobrov looking really sharp here. Only allowed 8 homers over his season with the Cook Community College Athletic Squad. And that's the 2-1. 1-2, pardon me. Oh, that one's going. Does it have the distance? Not quite. It's going to bounce off the wall, but how about that? We got a double. As that one goes deep left center for Adizil Santiago. Miguel Tetro at the plate now. Here's the first chink in the armor for Aviv Bobrov. That'll be in for the 0-1. Bobrov really comfortable in the starter's role. Starting 12 of 14 as that one goes for the 1-1. Miguel Trino chops at that one, and that's going to go for the foul. Nice to see the wind die down here a little bit as we had some heck of a rain delay to fight through yesterday here in Fort McMurray. Wild weather all across the province of Alberta. Swing, and no contact on that one. That's going to do it. First runner is down. As Bobrov gets treated out swinging. Here comes Jordan Breen. Keep an eye out there for Santiago as he does have a whole lot of speed. A little bit of space in front of Seiji Umezawa. As the ever-dangerous shortstop is lurking, one of the returning players of the Cactus Rats this season. And that's the 2-0. First time we've seen this from Bobrov in the early going. Make that 3 down. Abby Bobrov trying to dial things back in here. The throw, that one outside, and we got runners on 1 and 2. Brett Patillo up here, and ought to be smelling blood as Giants have a chance to go up 3-1. Looks like we're fighting through a little bit of a technical snafu here. And one of the interesting parts about being in Fort McMurray, sometimes your internet gets a little bit weird, and that's okay. Swinging at that one. That will find the turf, and runners will advance, and just like that, bases are loaded. Only one down. That single to right field off the bat of Brett Patillo. You got Teatroad on third, Breen with the walk, Manning second, and Patillo is going to find himself on first base. Only one down, and a heck of a chance here for Zariel Maldonado. Bobrov with the one walk already. Could he be walking up a tie here? Not what you want to see. With the ball number one up on the board. Here's the pitch. That one right down the middle for strike one. Maybe finding the zone again is Maldonado. Jordan Breen there. Gonna have to run back to second, and that one's gonna find dirt. Two one. And that's just gonna foul off. Count is 2-2. Bases are loaded, one runner down. As good of an opportunity as you're going to get to pull ahead for Zariel Maldonado. The throw. Oh, fouled off. As we got two back-to-back fouls here. As this face-off continues. Always want to be careful. Don't want to bloop this out into the double play. Swing! Oh, that one fouls off once again. As we are 6 throws deep. Two and two. One out. Bases loaded for Zariel Maldonado. The swing. The contact. That one is going to hit. We have one coming home. We're going to have two. Yes, indeed. Breen makes it. The slide. There it goes. And not almost heading in. That is going to go down. Couple runs come in to score. Tough to see from this vantage point. I think that may have been a drop fly, as Maldonado was going to double. Patillo was going to sit on third. And Marco Arocho is going to be up now. That one swings. And that's going to bring in a couple more home. As just in the space of about 4.5 minutes, four runs come on home for the Cactus Rats. And this is going to spark a visit for Jordan Blundell, as Bobrov may have lost the plot a little bit on that one. Marco Arocho doubles down the left field line. Petillo comes home. Maldonado comes home. And Arocho is going to stand up top and watch this mound visit. Is Jordan Blundell going to try to calm this pitcher down? Bit of a turntables from yesterday, as errors were the name of the game that really let the Cactus Rats blow this one wide open. Looks like Bob Rob's going to stay. Blundell back to the dugout. And we head back to the top of the lineup. A chopper at that one. That's going to be just a throw to first. It will not make it. And you got runners on the corners for the Giants. Jason Avila able to make his way to first. Arocho down to third. And Junior Torres with runners on the corners. Still just a single out on the board. Be left here. As your Giants still can do a whole lot of damage through inning number 2. There's the pitch. That one hits the dirt, and we're going to have stolen bases. Moving up to second will be Jason Avila. Not where you want to be as you're about to work your way into the meat of this Giants lineup. That one goes up top for ball number 2. (2-0), one down. Runners on second and third. Junior Torres makes contact with that one. And what a throw, is only the one run comes in, but the second out is on the board, is unable to quite make it home is Jason Avila, as he'll be tagged out. What an effort for the Cactus Rats defense. Still though, that's a 5-run inning for the Giants. Contact made. That will bump up and off the mound, and Braden Dick still going to single that one. Torres gets the second. Two down, runners on first and second for Diesel Santiago. First one is going to foul off. See Torres lurking. Going for the steal. Oh, and that's going to bounce up, or will we have a bit of a weird play as that one kind of bops up around? All come out as a couple of steals for Torres and Dick. As that'll go down for the first ball of this at-bat. 5-1 as for McMurray. couple of swings on that one. And that one's going to go up top for ball number 3. And that is going to do it for the inning. Absolute nightmare run as 5 runs get put on by Fort McMurray, but mercifully it does come to an end. And we'll take a quick break and be right back with KJ Jones facing off against Sheiji Ujimaza, who's had himself a heck of a first season with Energy City, and we'll see what he has to bring for his second go-around with the Cactus Rats right after this.
One thing that connects people from across our province, something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is, and it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
And welcome back. It'll be the top of the third. 5-1 the lead for the Giants. Seiji Umezawa. Here's the pitch from Jones. And Umezawa's going to foul that one off. Jordan Blundell has some pretty good luck scouting from some Japanese players. And that one will be out for the ball number 1 as KJ Jones goes high. One and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. That one way up top. Here's the pitch from Jones. Contact made, but that one is going to go up and up and up and should be an easy grab. Yes, indeed, as that's a flying out for out number 1 of the inning. Caleb Graham up now. That's going in for ball number 1. Caleb Graham with some time with the Calgary Bucks. from Crescent Heights High School down in Calgary. He'll be swinging at that one. And it's the 1-1. That one's going to be up for the ball number 2. And I guess these two players know each other pretty well as both Calgary products. And that's going to foul off. Full count. Here's the pitch from Jones. That one's going to be well outside, and Caleb Graham's off to first. Find ourselves back through the Cactus Rat order as Owen Wheels makes his way in. And that's going to be the ball 1. And that one's going to go for the strike 2. On Wheels. Gonna wait for Jones. Second. But that will call it for Owen Wheels. Quick check-in as your pitcher and catcher have a bit of a conference. Matt Verlack now. 0 for 1 on the day. Jones checks in. Watching for the steal of the third. That one. Going to be in for the strike 1. Top. Throw. Strike 2. As this could spell the end of the Cactus Rats inning. As KJ Jones looks dialed here after a shaky solo homer given up to Quanishi. Throw, swing, strike out for KJ Jones. That is going to do it for the top of the third. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You are watching Giants Baseball. It's Fortis, Alberta opening weekend here with the WCBL on Flow College.
Is the Giants Swag Shop. We've got everything from sponsor. Play Alberta offers 3 ways to play all in one app. Casino, sports, and lottery. Now pitching for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 8, Oscar Miller. Giants from Cloud County Community College, number 2, Miguel Tetros.
And welcome back. Now in pitching for the Cactus Rats, Oscar Moy. As his first throw goes up top. And it's Miguel Tetrio in there with patience for ball number 2. That's a move this to a 2-1. Two and 2. The pitch, the swing, down goes Tetrio. Jordan Breen with a walk on the second and a run brought in. For a couple of ones up high, looks like Moy might have found it, as that'll be in for strike 1. That's going to be a foul off for Moy. 0-2 the count. Jordan Breen does make contact, but that's an easy throw to first, as he won't make it. And the Giants are down by a couple. Brett Patel, the single off in the second inning. Part of that 5-run run for the Giants. They'll be in for the strike 1. That'll be a little up top. Playing with the UBC Thunderbirds in their baseball program. Spent his high school with Kitsilano Secondary. That one's going to chop right up. It only makes no miss, and that will retire the side and bring us to the end of inning number 4, or number 3, excuse me. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Fortis Alberta WCBL opening weekend on Flow College.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
It's time for today's Brewski's Beer Batter, number 11, Dan Carminicci. If the beer batter was made at first base, draft beer goes on sale. 2 for 10 to the first pitch of the next Giants bat. Who's looking for cheap beer?
Had the solo home run that got us kicking. That's Dan Kiwanishi. He's going to bunt. That is an easy throw to first. Well, looked easy, making it look easy, but beers are going to be on sale, much to the delight of this Legacy Dodge Field fan base. As, oh boy, that guy in the black hat, he's ready to go. Get that man a beer. Stephen Furman caught swinging early on in this one. He'll swing at that one, but it'll be fouled off. This game absolutely moving along, almost at the halfway point. Only an hour gone here. Pitchers really making people work. KJ Jones going to hang in here as well for another inning, at least seems. Could see his night come to a close somewhat soon. $50 pitches deep now. Here's Furman. And that one's going to go right down the right field line. Can he get there? Yeah, we got a quick bouncer, but ultimately, Stephen Furman is going to single and head to first. Carson Burnett with a walk to open his game in the second. Here's Carson Burnett. Strike one. No matter who you're cheering for today, and a lot of folks of us here across Canada, of course, all Blue Jays fans. Miserable day as 4-run lead disappears in the 9th inning. Especially in any level of baseball, no lead is safe as that's going to foul off for the 0-2. Furman sits on first base. KJ Jones hanging in here, approaching the 60-pitch mark. Swing, miss! Out number 2. And is doing the walk of shame. Here's Carson Burnett.
Number 3, designated hitter, Riley Clark.
That one's going to get chopped, thrown to second base, and thrown out is Steve Furman. And we've officially reached the half point of this baseball game, which you are watching here on Flow College. Great to have you here with us for a Game 2 in this series as the Fort McMurray Giants look to find some revenge for yesterday's loss against these Cactus Rats of Energy City. We'll take a break and be right back. Oscar Moy and Zariel Maldonado are up next.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Giants from Las Piedras, Puerto Rico, number 19, Zariel Maldonado.
Thanks to your PA voice, Jerry Neville. That is, in fact, Zariel Maldonado. A couple of ribbies already today as he faces Oscar Moy for the first time. The throw, the swing, and that is the opening foul of the at-bat. Coming up on 20 pitches for Oscar Moy. And it's going to be ball number 1. Make that ball 2. .995 ERA for his whole career with the UBC Thunderbirds. Pitch from Moy. Keeps that one just inside the box, and that's a 2-2. Maldonado going to step out, step back. Not going to find contact there, and that's the out for the first time this inning. Marco Rocho has a double, 2 ribbies, 1 for 1. Striking a foul. Rocho steps out. Steps back. Now it'll be off the edge of the bat, and that's our second foul. Rocho gets caught looking, does not look impressed with that call. Gotta say from up here, it looked a little bit high, but hey, that's why they don't pay me to be an umpire. 2 down. Jason Avila swings at the first one he sees. That's going to go way up top and out into the deep center field. Deep left field. And no error that time. That's going to do it for inning number 4. 5-1 the score. Fort McMurray up by 4 after a kind of stunning inning number 2. We'll take a break here on Flow College. It's Fortis Alberta opening weekend. I'm Graham Mosman. So excited to have you with us. We'll be right back with the back half of this Saturday night Game 2 of this series between the Energy City Cactus Rats and your Fort McMurray Giants. Stay with us. Riley Clock back into this one. A foul off for his opening attempt for the at-bat. Spent some time with the Kamloops North Paws. That one's going to go way up, off into center field, and he's going to head right back to the dugout. Jacoby Hammer in now. Flied out to end the inning. Back in 2. That one's well outside for a ball number 1. .39 strikes on 61 pitches for KJ Jones. As that goes down for a tip foul. Base is empty. 2 down. And ball goes to the outside for number 2. 2 on the count, 2 down. 1 down, excuse me. Look, I didn't read the wrong number. That was me seeing the future. As now the Cactus Rats find themselves 2 down. Look, first game of the season, we're going through a lot of notes. There's a lot of numbers. The ADHD is going strong. We got there in the end. Seiji Umezawa back up. Here's the pitch from Jones. And it's going to be down for the 1-1. Swings. That's going to take a bit of a weird bounce, and that's why we wear catcher's equipment. As it's off the chest plate, and thankfully everyone looks okay. Mizawa surely would have been a fan favorite had there been more than 2 games for fans to attend last season, but hopefully that'll work out for Energy City this year. And makes contact. Still out of the way, though. And we're at a 1-2. Here's KJ Jones. Throws. And Umezawa gets caught looking, and down he goes. KJ Jones absolutely working his way through this Cactus Press lineup after inning number 1. We'll take a break and be right back with inning bottom of the 5th here on Flow College.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere.
Jo, das ist der goal.
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
And welcome back inside Legacy Johns Field at SMS Equipment Place. Moy staying out there. And strike one. Like that too. Oscar Moy, going to find the dirt there. That's going to foul off. And we're going to stay at the 1-2. Janier Torres going to stare down Moy. Here's the pitch. There's the swing. Down goes Torres. Braden Dyke out there now. That'll go by for one. One for two on the evening here for Dyke. Didn't have that single in the second for the 5-run inning. And that was the last bit of scoring we had in this one. 0-2. Make that 1-2. "31 pitches deep for Oscar Moy. And that's going to do it for Braden Dyke. There's El Santiago with the double all the way back in the second. Our first one goes to the 1-0. Nice to see a good long run here for Oscar Moy, as he only found himself with 6 innings in the 2026 year so far for him at UBC. He'll go swinging at that one. Give him credit. He does go down swinging, but that's going to do it for inning number 5 here on Flow College as the Giants are taking a 4-run lead into the top of the 6th. Looks like KJ Jones going to stay in. He'll be up against Caleb Graham. Coming up in just a few moments here on Flow College.
City Cactus Rabbits, 33, Caleb Graham.
Don't freak out. No game delay here. I just hit the wrong button as that pitch to Graham is fouled off. KJ Jones over the 70 pitch mark now. Jones gets Graham swinging. And that is going to do it. Not sure if you picked up the exactly what was said. Gonna spoil it for you. Bit of a bad word. But that is okay. It happens. We get through it. 0 for 2 on the night for Owen Wheels. As that one heads outside. Really great to see this extended run for KJ Jones as he's was put into duty as a reliever, ball number 2. And then eventually finding the starter's mound. Ended up going 2-0 with a 3.11 ERA and a save through 43 innings last season. Became a dangerous tandem alongside Ash Amerlin. Broken bat, but bit of a weird chopper is going to go to left field, and Wheels makes it on base for the first time this afternoon. Nice to see some on bases for this Cactus Rats squad. It feels like those haven't been many throughout this game. One-0. Matt Verlack going to let that one go by for the 2-0. A lot of UBC ball players on this Cactus Rats squad. As that one fouls out. That is exactly where this Matt Verlack is from. Looks like Oscar Moy as well. That throw goes to second. And the steal is denied. Verlack gets contact on that one. He's going to go for a run, but that's going to go off to center right. And Verlack, you can turn right back around and head back to the dugout. Because just like that, 2 pitches, 2 outs. And that is going to do it for the top of the 6th. We'll take a break. Right back. You are watching Giants baseball. It's Fortis Alberta opening weekend on Flow College.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
Midfielder Miguel Tetro checking in now. As we will have a pitching changes coming up for the first time, Javier Pena. As Oscar Moy's night comes to a close. Ball number 1. Tetrio trying to capitalize on this early go for Pena, but that one is going to be off into left center. No errors there, and that is going to be the first out of this bottom of the 6th. Breen was walked back in the 2nd and was able to bring one home. And that'll be 1-1 on the strike. Makes contact. That one goes right to Uzawa. He throws to first. Breen can't make it. And it is 2 down for the Giants. Repetillo 1 for 2 on the day. Did score on that 5-run inning. Back in number 2. First throw here from Pena. That one finds the dirt. Swinging at that one is Patillo. That one, almost going over top. Well, that'll be the ball number 2. Javier Pena from Western Nebraska Community College. .888 ERA, giving up 3 homers and 24 innings for Western Nebraska. Contact made. That one might have it. Does it go? Get out of here, ball! That's a solo shot home run. Put another on the board as the Giants bust out to a 5-run lead here at the bottom of the 6th. Stomp on home, Brett Patillo, as that solo shot extends this Giants lead. First homer of the season. That's going to feel good when you're heading back to your billet house later. That's going to be strike 1. As Javier Pena starts to maybe dial that in. We'll see how this goes. And Zariel Maldonado walks up with the classic hit from Eminem, Lose Yourself. Don't think about how old that song is. It's upsetting. As that pitch goes wild and it's in-house, takes note of it. Pena with the throw. That one will be fouled off. 2-2. Pitch to Maldonado, and that one's up top. And we got a full count. Javier Pena already giving up the solo shot. On the doorstep of a K or a walk. Barring a foul here. As that is going to send Maldonado off to 1B. Marco Arocho on now. Nod from Pena. The throw. Contact made. That one heading off to left field. Will it drop? Yes, it will. Maldonado off to second. Arocho to first. Things are getting dangerous here. As Jason Avila already moves on 1 for 3 on the day. A couple of fly outs and a single. Not afraid to swing the bat is Jason Avila, and that could come in handy here if you have another opportunity to drive up this lead in the final third of this Game 2 series. Throw up top. Keeping an eye on the Cactus Rats bench. Could we be due for a mound visit? The throw. Yeah, it's going for the strike one. Avila not too impressed, but it's only the 1-1 as he steps back in. Finds contact, but that one's going to be outside the lines. Only 11 strikes on 21 throws. Pena locks in. Throw. Foul. And ooh, that looks like that stung a little bit. As Avila sent that one down and bounced back up into himself. Averaging just under 11.5 strikeouts per 9 is Pena. Throw, contact, and how about that? Another foul. As this is a 5-pitch at bat for Jason Avila. He's going to step out, take a moment. Runners on 1 and 2. The throw. The foul. As this marathon at bat keeps on going. 6 pitches down, 4 of them being fouls, only 1 strike here. A single ball thrown. Make that ball number 2 on pitch number 7. Pena checks in at second. Throws, swings, and down goes Avila. That'll do it for this inning. We will go off to the top of the 7th. Giants looking to do some more damage here on Flow College. I'm Graham Mosman. You are watching Fortis Alberta opening weekend in the WCBL.
It's time for today's Brewski's Beer Batter, number 11, Dan Kawanishi. The Dan gets away to the first base, Draft Beer's 2 for 10, and the Draft Beer lines to the first pitch of the next Giants at bat. Who's looking for cheap beer now?
And that's strike 1 on your Brewski's Beer Batter. Dan Kawanishi. 1 for 2 with a home run and the RBI. Solo shot in the first. And that one's fouled off. 0-2 the count. Pitch. Swing. That one. Will it drop? Yes, it will. And the hallmark card should be sent home pretty soon from Dan Kawanishi, as he has himself a heck of a game. He's the sole responsible scoring threat so far for this Cactus Rat squad. That one way off into center field. It does have legs, does it? No, it just falls in. It goes down as a double, and that's going to send Kawanishi to third. Steve Furman on to second. And this looks like the first chink in the armor we've seen so far for KJ Jones, but after an incredible 88 pitch, now 6+ inning performance, he's still feeling good. Mound visit comes to a close. Cactus Rats, with no outs, have a chance to really get back into things here. Here's Carson Burnett. Throw. Ball. Ask KJ, that's a strike 9 times out of 10. But as this umpiring staff, just a hair too high. Throw. Lets it go by. That's going to be strike number 1. Dan Kawanishi in the position. That one going to head right to the middle. Throw to first. He is out. The throw to home. Not going to be there in time. Unimpressed is Jones. Cactus Rats are able to put one up. Carson Burnett thrown out at first. Stephen Furman going to hold court right there on the left of your screen underneath the score bug at the top of the diamond. Riley Kwok out now as KJ Jones crosses the 90 pitch mark. Gotta keep him on the WCBL Players of the Week potential nods list. Excited to have a whole lot of new sponsors coming on board. As that's going to go down for a single with runners on the corner now. Jacoby Harmer up now. Might this finally spell the end of the night for KJ Jones? What a performance. How's the arm doing? How we feeling? What's your favorite pasta? You a macaroni guy? Yeah, I'm a macaroni guy. Curring. at the mound right now is KJ Jones will stick in. How about that? Throw to first. Not going to be there, though. Is Riley Kwok able to get back in time? Contact made. That one's going to go up and up and up. And that'll do it. Jacoby Hamer down. We got 2 outs on the board with runners on the corners. Seiji Umezawa back up. Got caught looking in the 5th. And he fly out to right field in the 3rd, but there's the throw. Called strike 2. Off goes the runner and not even going to make the throw. Riley Kwok will get the steal. 2 runners in scoring position now for Seiji Umezawa. 1 swing could turn this into a 1-run game. Going into our final innings. That one goes down for ball number 1. Jones. 98 pitches deep. Make that 99 on the foul off. Throw. Ball. Five pitch at bat now for Umezawa. That one's outside, and this count goes full. Just like that, 100 pitches. 5 strikeouts for Jones. Throw up top, and that is going to load the bases with 2 down. Love the patience there from Seiji Umezawa as he's going to make his way to first base. These are loaded up now for the Cactus Rats. And that's going to bring in a pinch hitter for Graham as Angel Cartagena checks in. Jones not one to let a pinch hitter show him up. Strike 1. What a performance this would be. If you can strand a trio of runners. Swing. Or throw, excuse me. And that one will go for the strike two. Okay. I thought he was going to swing. He did the shoulder tense. It was close. Oh! And that is going to do it. Umezawa makes it to second, but Riley Kwok can't beat the throw. And that is going to call it for the top of the seventh. 3 runners stranded as KJ Jones gets out of the bind. We'll take a break and be right back. You are watching the WCBL opening weekend presented by Fortis Alberta on Flow College.
All right, Giants fans, it's my favorite part of the evening. It's middle 7, and that means it's for the 7th inning stretch. DJ Dom, hit it, buddy! For your Giants from Santa Isabel, Puerto Rico, number 20, Junior Torres.
And welcome back to Legacy Dodge Field. Javier Pena going to Angel Cartinga now going to handle the catcher's duties for the Cactus Rats. Stare down from Pena. Throw. Swing. That one's going to head off. Easy throw there. And that's going to pick off at first base, and first runner will be down. Bring Dyke up now, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Grounded out in the first. Did have a single in that 5-run go in the second inning. And struck out in the 5th. There's a throw from Pena. That'll be in for strike one. That's going to go for the 1-1. Something you didn't see a ton of walks through Pena's 25-26 season and 11 appearances with the Western Nebraska Community College. One of the things he really does have going for his game has been very good at baiting hitters into those easily flied out balls. There's the throw, there's the swing, and what did we just say? That's what Pena's good at. And that's going to go down for out number 2. Alizil Santiago up now. And for a rough start, great return to form here for Pena. As that one swung at, easy pickoff, and that is going to close out the inning. We head to the 8th with a 4-run lead for your Fort McMurray Giants. We will take a break and be right back. You are watching Fortis Alberta opening weekend in the WCBL on Flow College.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing. Hey baseball fans.
For over a century, we've and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Oh, and Wheels swings at the very first pitch that he sees from Dan Gonzalez. As after 7 innings, KJ Jones and 108 pitches, he will get the rest for at least a couple of days. Man, Verlack up now. Yeah, so going to be a foul off the second pitch of the game for Dan Gonzalez. There's the throw. That one goes for the 1-1. But a bit of an interesting path traveled for Dan Gonzalez is as that one head up the middle for the single. Furlack will be on one of that single. Now from Cuba, Gonzalez has spent a heck of a lot of time with the Calgary Baseball Club. I'm not going to make you feel bad if you don't know a lot about the Calgary Baseball Club, but they have been a stalwart in the #1 baseball league in Italy. And so bringing him up here to Fort McMurray as that pitch goes wild. And on to second. There's a 473. For his Italian club. As contact is made on that one. Kiwanishi is going to fly that one out to left field. And you can see a bunch of fans hopping up to get that beer deal. And that Kiwanishi can't find himself on base. There's the throw. That one goes up for ball number 1. Gonzalez will get that ground out, though. Throw to first. That's going to do it for the top of the 8th. Potentially the final run of bats for the Fort McMurray Giants coming up. As that inning just lightnings by. 4-run lead for the Giants. Coming up next, Miguel Tetrio. 0 for 3 on the day, but what will he have against Javier Pena? We'll find out next on Flow College.
I'm gonna go grab myself a snack. I think Brian's thinking about fries for the 90 here. Max loves the hot dogs, so if you need a snack, now's the time to head on down. We got a little bit more time before they close up. Make sure to go grab your snacks. And that's all I need you to do. On your way over, you're on your feet already, so why don't you get nice and loud for our Fort McMurray Giants?
Tetrio and Pena staring each other down. Tetrio still looking for his first successful hit of the afternoon. Does have that walk in the second, a ground out in third. Makes contact with that one, but that's going off to center field. And unlike the air that sprung this game open 6 innings ago, nothing there. "21 strikes on 37 pitches for Javier Pena. And it's going to go for the ball number 1. Last appearance for Pena, or last time he found himself on the mound was 3 weeks ago, when Western Nebraska is facing off against Southeast Community College in their season wrap-up. Looks like Pena stepped forward, may have given an apology nod to Breen. Breen going to stack up at first base. Here's Brent Patillo. And that deep left homer back in the 6th. A solo shot that extended this lead. And it's going to be in for the strike 1. Series going to wrap up tomorrow, barring any weather tomfoolery. As parts of Alberta slated to get over 100 millimeters. Looks like there is a pretty good chance of some rain. How is it all going to shake out? It really could depend. Potentially up to 34 millimeters, up to 40 millimeters, excuse me, with heavy winds. So we'll see if tomorrow's game goes ahead, as we are under a yellow warning for rainfall from Environment Canada. There's the pitch. That one's going to go wild and making it to second. Yes, indeed. May have a bruise on the shoulder from getting hit that pitch, but Jordan Breen, legs still work, as he finds himself for Brent Patillo. Finds that one. Look at that one go. Is it going to fall? Yes, it will. Call that at least a double. Come on home, Jordan Breen. That's another one on the board for the Giants. Brent Patillo going to make his way all the way to second base. And that's going to bring up Xavier Maldonado. Brent Patillo showing early on here that he might be a absolute demon at the plate. Scoring runs has been a difficult note, and has been at times the thing that has kept the Giants out of the playoffs the last 2 years, but they've been kept out by the tiniest margins. If you're a Fort McMurray or a WCBL Stalwart fan, you are well aware, but if you're a new viewer, maybe you have a family member You are watching today here on Flow College. It's been a tight go for the Fort McMurray Giants. Of course, in their 10-year anniversary season, 10 years since the massive wildfires really changed the landscape of Fort McMurray, and the Giants ended up playing their first season at the home of the then Edmonton Prospects, now Energy City Cactus Rats. And it's going to do it, though, as we are going to have a pitching change. And it's Kingston Bezusian. He's going to find his way to the mound for the Cactus Rats. Missing by just a handful of games. An even smaller margin. The full difference, about 5 games missing the playoffs. A 5-game total over 2 seasons, which is really the tiniest of margins. But it's never been a question of having the pitching arms. Players like Ash Amerlin, got KJ Jones, who put on a 100-pitch performance. At times, the hitting has been a little tougher to find here. Giants general manager Josh Ionetti has his way. You're going to see that far right outfield where that big hill is. You see kids running all around there, picking up every home run ball they could find. And his balls tend to fly off to right field here at Legacy Dodge Field. Looks like the warm-up has come to a close for Kingston Bezusian. Is Zariel Maldonado is on deck. First throw, that one outside. You got Patillo sitting on second base. You see there number 24 center of your screen. That one goes inside, dropped by the catcher. As Cartinga briefly loses the handle on that one. Here's the pitch. There's the swing. That one going off to right field. It will not have the distance. It does have the time, though. As Brett Patillo gets on his horse, brings that one home, and it is a 8-2 lead for the Fort McMurray Giants. Arcosa Rocho 2 for 3 with a run and a pair of RBIs today. This game feels a lot like the reverse of yesterday, although it was the errors that broke things open for the Cactus Rats. Today it's the well-timed bats for the Giants. And I've opened up this one. There's Jen checks on Maldonado. There's the throw. Here goes Maldonado, and he can beat the throw. And he's going to be safe at second on the steal. Runner in scoring position. Only one out on the board. There's the throw, and that is going to be the 3-0 count. Swing and a miss. Making contact with that one. That's going to go into left field. Is it going to have the distance? Oh, jump at the wall. As pulling that one down, that could have been dangerous. Two down, runner on top. With Zario Maldonado waiting in scoring position on second. And foul's going to bounce off and off the backside of Jason Avila. Eight to 2 year score for McMurray. Able to awaken the bats in bunches. 5-run inning number 2. Couple of runs on the board here as that one's chopped down, and it'll be just enough. Avila's going to ground that one out, and that's going to do it for inning number 8 here at Legacy Dodge Field. Jerry Neville is going to make someone a whole lot more happy with the amount of money in their wallet with a 50-50 call. I'm going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the Cactus Rats. Going to need a miracle to break this one out, but hey, it's the WCBL. Anything is possible. You're watching Fortis Alberta opening weekend on Flow College.
Thank you for supporting the Giants.
And welcome back. Top of the 9th inning, 8-2 the lead for the Fort McMurray Giants. They have put together just a heck of a game. Nice return to form here. Daniel Simons is going to come in here in place of Burnett. Dan Gonzalez going to loosen things up. Back on the mound. 13 pitches down, just over half of those strikes. Throw. And that one is going to be down. That one's going to bounce up on a bit of a weird one. And Gonzalez. Striking a foul. For Simons. He'll make contact with that one. And that is going to drop. Getting there is the outfielder. Throw not quite going to get to second. That's going to be a double for Daniel Simons coming in to pinch hit. Riley Kwok checking in now. Couple of flyouts on this one. Seventh, they got that. And Steve Furman to third. Throw. Strike. That one's well outside. Good work to keep that in. And it's the 1-1. That windup was real quick. Almost looks like Gonzalez is trying to surprise Kwok. Delivery kind of looked like a shot put, but hey, they don't ask you how, they ask you how many. And that's another ultimately mark in the strike column off the foul. Swing! Nothing. Down goes Kwok. That's our first out. Only 2 away for the Giants to pull out the win here. Even up their record at 1-1 and send it to a final and series deciding Game 3 tomorrow afternoon if we play it. Gonna have a change in as number 10 for Energy City. Big shoes to fill as Energy City last year. Timo Aracena became a big fan favorite. Great personality, great human being, and was integral in bringing up some fan support in a tough inaugural season for the Cactus Rats, as that'll go in for strike 2. Keep the history of a good number 10 going here today, as that'll be in for ball number 1. 1-2, 1 down. Daniel Simons with the double. And it's ball number 2. A run on the first, a run on the 7th. Swing and a miss as Aikita strikes out. And the Fort McMurray Giants are 1 run away from pulling out the win over Energy City. Seiji Umezawa in now. Runner in scoring position. Uezawa swing and a miss. Throw outside. That'll go down for the 1-1. That one is going to foul off here for the 1-2. Not going to lie to you, finding some stats on Diane Gonzalez, pitching for the Giants now, can be kind of tough. Mainly because I don't read Italian. Two and two. The throw. It's going to ground out. Throw to first, and that will do it. Final score, Giants 8, Energy City 2. These teams have evened it up. 1-1 each. Energy City taking the win yesterday. Fort McMurray with the win today. Should we have a game tomorrow, that'll be the series winner. Lots of good to see on both sides here, and if you're a Giants fan, a lot of great moments as you find a team that has really done the best to make the most of their opportunities as an error allowed them to bust open this game back in inning number 2, and then taking your chances to put on the goals. Getting themselves a handful of runs at important moments in the game to keep the Cactus Rats from breaking back into this one. Your player of the game gonna be number 24, Brett Patillo, as he goes 3 for 4 with 3 runs, a double, a home run, and 2 runs score, or 2 RBIs on his fantastic afternoon. Congratulations, as Brett Patillo is going to get himself the belt. We're going to have a whole lot of kids make their way here to run the baselines at Legacy Dodge Field here at SMS Equipment Stadium. Your final score? Fort McMurray 8, Energy City 2. And if we do have a game tomorrow, I hopefully will see you right here on Flow College if you don't make your way down to the stadium. I'm Graham Mosman, and for all of us at the Fort McMurray Giants, thank you so much for joining us. It is Fortis, Alberta opening weekend. It is going to be a fun year in the Play Alberta West Division. I can't wait. Have a great night, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Flow College for opening weekend, brought to you by Fortis Alberta and the WCBL.